The Wednesday Night Wars get taken to the extreme on November 6th, and here on Fog Wrestling, we are here to break down the NXT 2300 ratings. Welcome back to the channel, and let's talk about it. Let's dive straight in. Could the ECW originals, could Rob Van Dam, Bubba Ray, Devon Dudley, Francine, Don Marie, Nunzio, Tony Mamaluke, Rhino, I don't think I'm forgetting any, could they deliver? Could they knock AEW at the park? Well, they did. Didn't they, folks? Because they hit it with a 619 Booyaka Booyaka on the CW network. Now, of course, this show was initially moved to avoid competition from the US presidential election. And unless you've been living under a rock, Big Donny T won. Fantastic news. NXT, this was absolutely the correct decision to make. Could you imagine the rating that we would be talking about if they actually went up against Donny T and Kamala Harris on Tuesday?
It would have been extreme. It would have been a massacre.
It would have been Sandman coming out to the ring with fucking Singapore cane man drinking Budweiser.
It comes out to the ring with Singapore cane. That was the in-depth knowledge that people wanted. That was the banter that they were
Here. We may be about 90 seconds into this, but if you want to get into a debate who's performing better at the end, we'll do that if you want, big man. But I tell you what, 0.17 in the 18 to 49 for WWE NXT, which Dave Meltzer, here, he was burying NXT a couple of weeks ago in the last Wednesday Night War when he was referring to, or was it, I think it might have been on a Tuesday, anyway, it was the last time NXT and Dynamite went head to head. He was talking about the fact that NXT's in 9% more homes and all this good stuff, and but their audience, it caters to the over 49ers. Reality is, see this week,
this ain't San Francisco, fucking Dave.
I know Dave needs to reel it in, but I mean they beat Dynamite in the 18 to 49, so Dave Meltzer's excuses.
Yeah, well, we're going to cover that later, aren't we? So
yeah, we are going to cover that later, but I just do not understand this logic for Dave Meltzer. He whips out but they're in 9% more homes. Well, what about last week? NXT still beat Dynamite last week, didn't they, at the end of the day? But anyway, we'll get into it. 619,000 viewers for WWE NXT, which, again, I'm actually surprised the rating did this well, considering the fact they were going up against Dynamite. And there was a few other things on television. There was Warriors against the Celtics on ESPN, and there was also, Fox News primetime telecast and the challenge on MTV. So 619,000 viewers. Let's get into the clips and see what the ECW originals managed to draw. So the highest clip on the show was the Dudley Boys reunite to help Trick Williams get the tables. That got 202,000 viewers. So again, is it any surprise that the Dudley Boys are the biggest draw on the show?
Wait, we already talked about last week and how it's up and down?
Yeah.
What? It's trailing 4 weeks now, that? I must have fell asleep during this vid.
You did? Where you been?
Right.
The Dudley Boys that boring?
Get the fucking pillows.
Get the pillows, brother. But 202,000 views for the Dudley Boys. Again, it's not the greatest number of all time, but what are we expecting? And the mega draws, the mega stars, it was a star-studded, apparently, women's main event. It did 150,000 viewers here. Again, full matches tend to draw more, but I mean, you're led to believe that 4 out of these 10 women are megastars. They would draw more than 150,000 viewers.
I mean, this just confirms what we already know, that more people care about the Dudleys than they do about these 10 women.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
2 Dudley Boys are better than 10 fucking women megastars from NXT.
Yeah, I mean, let's just talk about, there's an NXT.
But here I'm not bashing them because I expected that. I mean, I would have told you straight up, who's going to draw more? Who are you more interested in, the Dudleys or these 10 women? You could include this could be a 30 woman NXT Royal Rumble match. I'm going to care more about the Dudleys.
No, absolutely. Now, another legend that returned, I've noticed, Steve Carino, and an NXT exclusive, did 50,000 views, which is more than anything Rampage and Collision can put up. Big Steve Carino.
Big Steve
Carino. Anyway, Rob Van Dam helps Javon Evans defeat Wesley. That got 137,000 viewers, so that rocks in third spot. Rhino delivers an epic gore to Mr. Stone, has fourth spot there with 120,000 viewers. And then we have Trick Williams as an honorary Dudley Boy, which is an NXT exclusive, got 100k views. So, I mean, I don't know. Devon Dudley and Bubba Ray, I wanted to see those two do a 3D, not a double choke slam that looked pretty shite. Nunzio challenges Tony D'Angelo for the North American title. That got 96,000 views. We then had Lola Vice battling Jada Parker in a hardcore match, got 89,000 views. Again, that kicked off the show with Dawn Marie. The most extreme moments for NXT's takeover the ECW arena did 77,000. Wesley attacking RVD with a steel chair has got 66,000. And I tell you what, WWE, they've committed the cardinal sin here, because what they should do is Rob Van Dam is attacked by Wesley with a steel chair. No one cares about Wesley. He should not be first, shouldn't he not?
No, should be RVD.
Should be RVD every day of the week. Then, I mean, as we go further down the list, you've got NXT full highlights for the ECW arena, 94,000k. And then you've got the final exclusive that was ECW legend Steve Corino admires Rhino's work on Mr. Stone. Would you go as far as saying that Steve Corino is an ECW legend?
I mean, he probably is, but he's not a legend for me. I don't care for him.
No, I don't care for him. Anyway, guys, that's where we're going to leave this WWE NXT rating. Things get taken to the extreme. I mean, I, for one, predicted that NXT would probably do a better rating than Dynamite, so it is what it is. Final thoughts.
No surprise, NXT wins. I think in total you had over 1 million people watching wrestling on a Wednesday night. Yeah, and I also think we can tell by both sets of ratings that just because you watch AEW doesn't mean you watch WWE, and vice versa, but we'll talk more about that later on tonight.
Absolutely, guys. Till next time. Peace.